In life, there are moments when we feel completely surrounded by problems. It seems like danger is coming from every direction and there is no way out. At such times, many people feel that everything is over. But what if that very moment, which feels like the end, is actually the beginning of something new? Life has a strange way of turning situations around when we least expect it. Most people lose hope and give up when they feel trapped. Fear takes control of their thoughts and they stop trying. However, there are a few who stay strong, hold on to their goals and push forward. These are the people who create history. They don't let fear decide their fate. Instead, they choose courage and determination, even in the face of uncertainty. Let me tell you a story. One day, a deer was wandering in a forest, desperately searching for water. The sun was burning hot, and the ground beneath its feet was dry and cracked. Its throat was parched, and every step felt heavier than the last. It had been walking for hours, but there was no sign of water anywhere. Exhausted and weak, the deer finally sat under a tree. Its breathing was heavy, and its body was on the verge of giving up. Just then, in the silence of the forest, it heard something, a faint sound, the sound of flowing water. At first, it wasn't sure, but then it heard it again. With a sudden spark of hope, the deer stood up. Gathering the last bit of strength left in its body, it began to run toward the sound. Through bushes, over rocks, ignoring its pain, it kept moving forward. Finally, it reached a large river. The sight of water filled its heart with relief and joy. It felt like life had returned to its body. Without wasting a second, the deer rushed toward the river and bent down to drink. But suddenly, a sharp noise broke the silence. The deer quickly turned its head to the right and froze. A hunter stood there, aiming an arrow directly at it. Its heart began to race. Terrified, it turned to the left and saw something even worse. A lion, hidden behind the bushes, was watching it closely, ready to attack at any moment. The deer's body trembled. In fear, it turned back and saw a raging fire spreading quickly through the forest, blocking its path of escape. Now the deer was completely surrounded. Death stood on every side. There was no escape. For a moment, everything became still. The deer closed its eyes and took a deep breath. It realized something important. Running wouldn't save it. Fear wouldn't save it. But one thing was still in its control: its choice. In that moment, the deer made a decision. If death is certain, I will at least drink water before I die. Instead of panicking, instead of wasting its final moments in fear, it chose to focus on its goal. Slowly, calmly, it bent its head and began to drink. And then something unexpected happened. Dark clouds suddenly gathered in the sky. Within seconds, heavy rain began to pour down. The fire that was spreading rapidly was quickly extinguished. At the same time, the hunter, startled by the sudden rain and movement, released his arrow but missed his target. The arrow flew off course and struck the lion instead. The lion roared in pain and fled into the forest. The hunter, frightened and confused, ran away in the opposite direction. And in the middle of all this chaos, the deer stood quietly by the river, drinking water, alive, safe. What seemed like the end became a new beginning. The deer didn't survive because it was the strongest or the fastest. It survived because it didn't let fear control its final decision.